All right, y'all. So here is a hot take that no one absolutely wants to fucking hear. So viral content doesn't make you successful. All right, does not make you successful at all. Right. The only thing that it does is pretty much just makes you visible. Right. It doesn't equal successful. Just know that. Right. And the thing is that if you don't have a backend, to support that viral content, right, then this is what's going to likely happen. Going viral, right, is gonna actually ruin your brand faster than actually staying unknown could, right? So let me be clear when I say this, right? And you're not shadow banned whatsoever, right? But the thing is you have been sold the biggest lie by all content creators and everything that you've been hearing so far. So they say if you go viral, right, everything will change, your whole life will change. Sure, you will, right? You get virality, you get known a bit. Maybe you could get a little bit of sales depending on how you do it, right? But at the end of the day, it's just a lie, right? Not everything changes. There's still things that need to be done. So in my experience, I watch about creators hit, or a lot of creators actually hit 5 million views and they still struggle to pay rent, which is crazy, right? 5 million views, viral, boom, all that, and they still struggle to pay the bills. So another thing, also saw brands grow from 100K followers and not sell a single damn $10 product or any money of product, never at all, which is crazy. And then the thing is, I've seen countless of people go viral once, time and time again, but to only burn out, right, disappear, and question if they were ever good at content creation to begin with. The thing is, velocity is, okay? So hear me when I say this. Velocity equals, I should probably write this. So velocity, V-L-O-T equals, right, how fast people will stand you, all right? I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but right, this is how fast people understand you, right? Mess it up. Trust you and move with you. All right, so let's break it down piece by piece, right? So this is gonna feel like a roast, but I'm doing it because I wish someone told me sooner. All right. So number one, the reason is because hook content. I gotta erase this. Where's my eraser? There we go. I just got a tissue. Hopefully this helps. If anything, if you still need this stuff that I wrote on the board, just scroll back to the video, take a screenshot, whatever you gotta do. Write in your notes, actually. Write it with pen and paper, actually sit inside your brain. That's what I learned from studying. I'm gonna cut that part out. Probably, I don't know if I'm gonna cut that part out or not. I think my AI editor is gonna probably do that. All right, so like I said, hook content only equals shallow attention. So the thing is, most creators write hooks like this, right? Nobody's talking about da da da. This is why you're broke. You've been lied to your whole life. And guess what? The thing is that these hooks actually work, but right, they work. They grab attention and everything. They spike dopamine, but the thing is, they fall flat about 7 seconds later because they're only hooks, right? So they actually work in most cases, but after a few seconds, it's over. And here's the reason why. Because the thing is that the hooks are actually built backwards, right? The hook is this, but there's no message, no lesson, and no takeaway behind it whatsoever. So think of it like this. It's pretty much a bait with no hook. You might end up getting a bite, or two, but the thing is you won't land anything whatsoever. So here's what to do instead. Start with the transformation. So here's actionable steps that you can do, right? Listen to this part. So what you want to do before writing a hook, ask yourself these few things. One, what's the lesson here? Right? What are you trying to teach? What can the customer or the person that you're actually talking to, what can they, in a sense, take away from this, right? The value, what can they take away from it? Can it help them, right? Is it applicable to their lives, So that's that. Second, who is this for? Right? What's their occupation? What business are they doing? How old are they? What's their gender? Things like that. Try to get your target audience. That's the most important thing when it comes to personal brand or just business in general. You gotta find your target audience so that you know who you're speaking to. You're not speaking to just anybody, right? And then the last one is, what belief or pain point are we solving? So I'm a personal brand, right? I don't know this, but I'm probably not gonna write it because I don't actually want this board to fall somehow. But my business, I help coaches, creators, and entrepreneurs build a profitable personal brand, right? And obviously I'm on the upcoming. I'm trying to figure out how to do that with things, trying to get my own system in a way, right? So yeah, just building myself. And I'm kind of coming to this conclusion slowly slowly of what I should be doing. So your message is like a movie in a way, right? And your hook is just a trailer. So those hooks that we said before, that's a trailer, right? Your message or the lesson that you trying to, or the value actually is the movie part, right? So the thing is that you got to stop creating viral content. Stop creating virality. Oh my gosh, it's messed up. Stop creating virality. Is my mic on? All right. And start creating content for your target audience. That's going to save you a fuck ton of time if you do that. All right. So reason number 2 is that you're not speaking to someone, you're speaking to everybody, which is something that you don't want to do, right? Most viral content, they usually say things like this. Here's how to be successful. Here's how to start doing this if you want freedom. And this changed my life, right? Things like that. But the thing is, who is it for? Nobody knows and nobody cares, to be honest, right? Nobody's gonna care. So the thing is, broader content actually gets a lot of impression, but the thing is, specific content actually gets identity. So here's what to do instead, in my personal opinion. So shrink your avatar. So here's a rewrite. So instead of saying, get this real quick. I don't want to write this all down, but right? I help people get clients, right? Instead of saying this, I help people get clients. Instead say, I help beginner entrepreneurs, coaches, creators, scientists, wrestlers, right? I help beginner what, right? Go from what? So they gotta have them go from a pain could be not growing a personal brand. The result could be to growing a personal brand, right? A profitable personal brand. I don't want to write the whole thing out, but you could kind of get the idea. And that will be something actually that is way more better to use inside of short form content rather than a non-short form content. So it's better just to say those things. Hold up. All right. And to be honest, when you're saying this is something that feels like you're actually talking to your specific audience and you're not just talking to everybody. Because when you say, I help get clients online or help something like that, right? You're pretty much talking to everybody. You're not talking specifically. You're not talking to a specific person, right? So make sure you just pretty much niche it down and then you should be fine from there. And just in a sense, make content that reaches a specific audience and not really just everybody, right? Because everybody's not going to be a buyer, but specific people who mess with you or who feels like they're going to speak to, they're getting help, is going to want to buy from you more than, anybody else, right? So, because the thing is, a fan who buys from you is way more valuable than a person or 1,000 people that is not gonna, try to mess with you in a way, right? Or not buy your things. So reason number 3 is because if there's no backbone, there's no brand. So here's what I mean by that. Let's say you got like a small video that blew up. 50K is pretty light. It ain't really nothing. Right? So let's say it hit 50K. Views, right? 50K views tomorrow, right? Amazing, right? Good and everything. But the thing you gotta ask yourself is, okay, what happens next? I got 50K views. Okay, boom, that's good. You feel like, oh, my brand is gonna take off. But here's the thing that most people don't actually have. So most people, they don't have a clear lead, right? That actually builds trust. They don't have a DM automation system like chat. I'm pretty sure many of y'all know about that. Many system for nurturing leads. Oh wait, no. Yes. So actually, my bad guys. All right. So a clear lead magnet, right? The second one would be a profile funnel that builds trust, not leads, my bad. And then a DM automation system that actually nurture leads, right? Or last one as a bonus, like a Notion template that you could just give to somebody, right? So, right, you kind of don't have nothing. You just got 50K views and that's it. You have no leads for them to comment. You can't even get no email list. So this thing is that after that, all that traffic pretty much disappears, right? And really it's because they have nowhere to go, right? There's no leads. They just, viral video, swipe. There's no call to action, no CTA, no nothing. Now, let's say if one of my videos blew up, right? I don't want to have it all just a video went viral. Cool, that's cool. Likes, views, shares, all that other good stuff. But the thing is what I will want is when people are on my video, I want to give them a CTA. Right? And then after that CTA, I want them to give me my email or follow me, either one of them. After that, you leave with something. They get something to get deeper into what you're doing, right? Especially if it's your specific audience. You get their email list, which is very, very important. Email list is very important when making a profitable brand. Sorry. All right. And you can probably get a follow, who knows, which is also good. So here's what you actually do instead. I don't write too much, is literally just because this board is like not pinned or anything. If it was, I would be fine, but I don't want it to fall. I need it to last. All right. So I might just say this to y'all. So actually, I'm gonna try just a bit. So here's what to do instead, actually. So you want to be and this free offer, you want to get their email, right? You're giving them something for free. The best that they can do is give your email, right? Or follow you, right? I'm recording. My AI editor is gonna cut this out from the video. I'm hiding in here because I burnt. So like I was saying, before worrying about virality or creating a viral post, what you want to do is just to make sure this is all set, just in case if it does go viral, either broad or either specific. You want to have something that you can get in return from the free video. You know what I'm saying? So create a free offer. This could be like a checklist or a PDF file. It doesn't really matter. Notion template, X, Y, and Z. Probably put a link inside your bio, right? You can use Linktree, beacons. It doesn't really matter. You can have something off. This could be offered to your free product or just whatever you're trying to sell. And then like I was saying earlier, use call to actions. So like, for example, do like comment the word DM and I'll send it to you your way for free or something like that, right? And then like I was saying too, also you want to start capturing emails or contacts, whether that's phone numbers or emails or even both. Deliver one piece of value per week through stories or your broadcast DMs if you have it unlocked. If not, you just do stories. You can send it through emails actually. And actually I plan on making a video about what's it called, about like the email list stuff, but that's not gonna be for a while. Actually, the next video I think after this is gonna be a full detailed profile optimization after this. So we'll touch on that later. All right, the reason number 4, we're getting close. We only have one more after this. So is that you don't have a contest system and you're pretty much just guessing. So here's the thing. Most creators actually burn out after one viral post. And here's the thing, here's the reason why. They got lucky once to get on the algorithm, okay? And now they don't know what to do next with that virality. So they end up posting randomly, right? They start copying trends, they start chasing numbers, and it leads to like no impact at all whatsoever on their brand or whatever they're doing. So, right, one post, it hits 20K, the next 5, they get like 200 views, and then they give up after that. So my question to you is that, does that sound familiar to you? Because I'm in a predicament to that situation. So it does sound familiar to me, right? So in my opinion, here's what to do instead. Use a content bucket system. And this is my favorite part right here. So here's a breakdown of it. I'm going to erase this part since I didn't put too much on it. All right. So I talked about this in one of my Instagram videos or my Instagram reel, and we was talking about the GAP format. And this is a format I really love. Post 3 times a day, GAP, and you're fine on multiple platforms. Obviously, we're going to get touch into that with the optimization videos and everything, but yeah. So authority posts are pretty much just, in a way, showing your method, right? How did you did so-and-so? Like, let's say, here is how you get 100,000 views, right? Or here's how right? That's authority. We're using the I statement, right? Obviously, it's supposed to be in order, supposed to be GAP. I like it like that. But that's authority. Now growth. So growth is kind of like hooks like we explained earlier. And then patterns and then viral angles. So something that could catch your attention. I don't know if you can see all this, but yeah, just gonna have to do what you can do. And then the last one that I personally like is your personal post. So it should be GAP, but it's A just because of the format of it. So, right, personal. What is personal? Personal is pretty much, right, I'm gonna simplify this in a so this would be it's pretty much stories. Oh shit, I'm gonna spell this shit wrong. Stories and thoughts. All right, stories of your life, thoughts that you want to share, lessons that you had, beliefs. It could just be a whole lot of things. Emotions, your perspective on things, right? And the thing is that you want to rotate them every single week. So what I mean by this, pretty much just keep a format and use GAP, right? Every time you post the first video, well, it doesn't have to be in order of that, but make sure it's always GAP. Got that? GAP every single day, 3 times a day, all platforms, and you're gonna be fine. So let me just give you a sample of ones that y'all could do. So Monday, it could be like growth, right? And you could do, the hook could be why your content sucks, right? That's like an attacking one, right? That's going to keep people into your video, right? For one, let's say you post one on Tuesday for authority, right? You could put how I turned 10 DMs into $500, right? With what I did, right? That's going to be authority. And then for the last one, for personal, it would be the night I almost quit story creating. So or the night I almost quit creative, my bad. And then you can just pretty much keep on doing the same thing, GAP. Let's say if you were posting 1 time a day, you would do GAP, G. And you just keep on going in a cycle, right? Never stops. But I would say just post 3 times a day just because you need to get noticed more. But if you're first started and you don't know how to make, actually, also soon enough, one of my lead magnets actually on Instagram, I don't know if I'm going to post it to YouTube, but pretty much I'm about to find a new way that you could post on all platforms and multiple platforms, plus the one that I showed inside my video, my reel, and also a fuck ton of time while doing it. You can use a problem and fix. So problem, solution, then you can use a POV and an outcome one. And then for the last one, you can use this mistake and then this lesson, right? Made this mistake, here's the lesson from it. So yeah, and the last one, let's finish off this video strong. So you think content is about you, all right? This is one that I heard so many times across the internet. Actually, it's pretty crazy. Most people think content is about them, but in reality, it's really not. I'm not gonna lie to you. So this one is gonna hurt a little bit to y'all, but if you wanna grow fast, you need to stop making content for you, right? Most creators say, oh, I just want to talk about my journey. Oh, this is what I like making. And the thing is, great commuters serve the person on the other side of the screen. So here's what to do instead. You want to make you the mirror and not the star. So if you want people to follow, stay, and buy from you, you need to feel like you're speaking to their pain points, right? Their dreams and the reality. So instead of saying, here's what I did, you can instead say, here's how you can fix this problem. Like for example, let's say, here's how I lost 100 pounds in 1 year. Here's how you could lose 100 pounds in 1 year, right? Big difference, right? And the thing about it is it's slightly different, but it changes everything. So the thing is, it's not about you, right? It's about them. Even though this is my personal brand, right? I do everything since the personal brand is me, but it's really about them because the customers are there for their own, right? Nobody has no obligation to give you anything. If it's about you, cool. But why should I buy anything from you if it's not going to help me, But yeah. All right, just a little quick section real quick. So the viral trap versus the compound effect. So there are 2 ways to grow, the viral trap and the compound effect. So let's just break them down quickly. So the viral trap is constantly chasing trends, random hooks with no message, no backend, no nurture, and no direction whatsoever. So you have high highs, deep lows, 0 retention, and you burn out in about 3 months and you become a hit or miss pretty much. And in some weeks you pop off and others you feel completely invisible to like the whole internet. So you're always building narrowed attention. Now the compound effect, which is way more better in my opinion. You create an avatar, a specific avatar that you want to talk to, right? A clear positioning, nice ass frameworks, repeatable scripts, content buckets, systems, and also backend that turns traffic into buyers. Audience that trusts you, offers that solve a actual problem for your specific person. And by doing this, you don't just go viral, you build velocity. And as we talked about, velocity is how fast people could move with you, trust you, and I forgot the other thing. But yeah. So here's a quick test or a framework that you use called the Profile Clarity Test. So PCT test. So here's a quick test to note if you're ready for virality, right? Like I said, it's on one of my Instagram videos when you have to audit somebody's page, right? When I go on your page, can you answer these 3 questions in 5 seconds, right? 1, what's the question? The first question is, who do you help with? Let's do fitness examples. I help obese men in their early 20s or late 20s, early 30s, don't matter, okay? What should I do next, right? And if you answer to most of those with not sure, then virality will hurt more than actually helping you. So and then the thing is, you have that dopamine spike, you feel like, okay, damn, I made it, okay? 7,000 views overnight, 1 million views, shit, I'm successful thing, right? But then you don't know what to really post next, right? So you go, okay, got 1 million views, so should I just post the same video? What should I post now? What do my people like? Right? So you're scared of messing up your moment pretty much of what you already just got, overnight. Right. And the thing is that the truth is that like slow is fast. So if you're doing a personal brand, like just like me, right? If you're trying to monetize your knowledge, skills, or stories, and if you actually want to wake up one day with real freedom, right? real income and actually a real audience, then hear this real quick. The game is really rigged against that one hit wonder, right? The algorithm rewards consistency, identity clarity, retention, watch time, and return of view and repeatable behavior. So going viral helps you win, the day, right? But going deep actually helps you win the game, right? And not win the day, right? And here's what to do right now. So here's a 5-step plan that I'm about to actually show you. Hopefully I can get this for you real quick. I risked my damn whiteboard for that one. All right, so here's the blueprint. So step one, let's make this really small. Circle it, see I can see that. Hopefully I can see that. So all right, so you want to forget niches and think about avatars. So build everything for one clear person with one clear problem. So one clear person, one clear out, right? So number two, so you want to build clarity stacks. So make sure that your bio says what you do and who it's for. And then after that, make sure your profile picture is recognizable. So if you look on my page, actually, you can see that it's pretty recognizable. Yellow background, me smiling, showing authenticity, making the buyer feel a little more comfortable. Because if I had like a mean, angry face, that's kind of like intimidating, right? Customers don't want to be really intimidated. They want to feel like they belong, right? Especially as a personal brand, you want to have community. That's like one of the most important, aspects of a personal brand, right? So you got that down, right? Oh shoot, I got some on my red light. Hold up, y'all. All right, so make sure your link goes to your value, so your free offer, for example, right? Like in your highlight spot, show proof in your process. And don't worry, guys, because actually I plan on making even if this don't help you, don't worry. I'll say like in the next, literally next week video, I will show y'all the full guide on how to, fully optimize your brand page. So don't even worry about this, really, if it ain't help you. And then pin posts, which I already talked about many times. You need to have 3 pin posts of things that you can solve. It's for different things. I'll explain it next minute. Don't worry. That speak directly to the problem. All right. Boom. And pretty much, for the most part, I'm not gonna be everything. Somebody said, so you want to post in 3 content buckets, which is growth, hooks, opinions, our ideas. The second one is authority, your system, proof, and then your personal, which is your beliefs or your belief shifts, right? Your stories and your actual raw moments, right? Step 4, right? Recycle your winners. So if a post did well, repost this. I think it's once you get to like 1,000 followers, you will be able to unlock trial reels. And after that, you want to wait probably like a week. I'll say probably every month, repost that viral video again and again and put it for trial reels though, right? Keep on doing it. So repost it, right? Reformat it and reframe it, Don't let just content just be a one hit and die out, especially if it's viral. And then step 5, build your backend. So set up, like I said, a free lead magnet, email or DM list, right? Like we said, you want to have free value follow-ups, right? And you want to have a paid offer or a booking flow. So here is the final thing I'm gonna leave you out with. Your content is a weapon, so use it with precision. And also don't really just let the internet fool you, Going viral doesn't mean you're good, and not going viral doesn't mean you're bad either. Success really just lives in silent compounder, over time. So don't let this video just discourage you that going viral is bad. It's also good too. It's just the way that you're using when your video goes viral, it's the way that you use that viral video that says if it's good or bad or not for what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, right, the frameworks you build, right, the system that you install, the clarity that you refine, and the trust you earn when no one else is watching. So it's not about chasing a spotlight, right? It's about becoming the signal in the world full of noise, pretty much, just background noise. So the next time you feel like your content is not working at all, ask yourself this, because I'm going to do it for myself too. Or am I trying to become unforgettable? And I'll leave you out with that. See y'all in the next video next week. Bye.